you planned to keep your children so you can marry this new freshman? Madam, what is your current plan because of the guy who has walked into your life? Your story is pitiful, is painful, is disgraceful, and is shameful. But I hope you have not narrated the story of your children to the new guy who wants to marry you, just to win the sympathy of the guy who wants to marry you as a husband. The storyline of the way your children came into existence usually must not be told to your husband because he's coming to marry you. It must be told to a counselor to be able to manage you without your husband. Your hard work, you do living, you do a lot of menial jobs. You go here, you sell charcoal, you sell clothing, you sell everything sellable. You don't, your 8 hours is used everywhere in your life because of these children that have been left for you. It's brilliant. But thanks be to God, who has dealt with you according to his riches and glory, that you too have found a man who wants to marry you. But your problem now are the children. Where do I put these kids? Your mother's suggestion is brilliant. Your auntie's suggestion is brilliant. What your friend told you worked for her might be brilliant. But what is the right way? Where do you keep these kids? Do you deny they exist? Do you make them feel they are not important, they are not needed? Do you think that their presence in the marriage will collapse your marriage? Will the man be more husband-like when you enter into the marriage without the children? Or would the man have more husband thoughtfulness and a father-like mentality when you enter into this marriage with the children? Have you thought of it? Where would your children be? What is the plan for the children? Are you pleading with the man to give you a gateway for the children? Are you planning to transport the children to go and live with your mother? Are you renting a place for them to go? Or some of you have decided, my last born is 12 years. My last born is 18. When she leaves to college and she's no more with me, I can now have a free life to get married. Is that your mentality? Or because you are being treated under the law and taxation as a single mother, you have refused to move on to get married? I mean, that is documentation. Why should documentation reduce you from becoming what you want to be? Or you are playing the sympathy pole. Because they've left children or you, everybody is sending you help. Are you cashing on the mentality of being a baby mama without a husband? Are you enjoying your state of a baby mama without a husband? Are you sacking the men who are approaching you because you don't have an answer to where these children will go? Are you living a single life to prove to your ex-husband, the baby daddy, that you are useful to your children and not him? Have you become a celibate? Are you becoming somebody who has denounced sexual intercourse after these 2 children, after this 1 child, just to let the child go to university so that you prove to the father that you can take care of your thing? Have you thought of it? Where will these children of mine be so I can enter into this marriage? Because all the women funny faces having children with are baby mamas. Vanessa was a baby mama before coming. If what we are talking about right now is also, she is, according to the story, that lady is married. But what was the understanding? If funny face shut up because he was saying, I don't want to say things. How do you go and give my child to somebody? And you, the man, you are playing with a child. Does the child look like yours? Is it that for you to be able to belong and to be able to be accepted in the marital circle of the man as a born one, as a baby mama, as somebody carrying excess baggage of children? Are you supposed to lie to the man? Are you supposed to ask the man to put his name on the children so you can have a flow in his family house? Think about it. Think about it. We have come a long way. And most of us are fighting what is right. Like Angela says, it really takes a matured people. It really takes matured people to have a challenge-free relationship with baby mamas or papas. Well, that is true. Angela, what you're saying is true. It takes matured people not to have not to manage a relationship with baby mamas again. It takes mature people to be married, regardless of being a baby mama. The marriage ministry itself, Adam failed in the garden. God had an Adam who was obedient, an Adam who was very connected, an Adam who was very spiritual, an Adam who followed orders, an Adam who will not touch what he says don't touch. 10 years generational gap of living with Adam according to creation therapy in the Garden of Eden. Adam worked in the garden without going closer to the tree of forbidden fruit. But when God saw the loneliness of Adam and added a wife to Adam, that was the bone of Adam's bone, flesh of Adam's flesh, to take the place of Satan in the garden, who needed to become the second in command of Adam, the serpent. When woman came, the weakness of man was exposed. God lost the connection and had to take a strong decision. But I love scripture. Bible says, and the Lord God told the woman, because of what you have done, you will have pain in delivery. Your seed shall crush the head of the serpent, and the serpent will bruise your knee or your heel. The next thing, it says, and for the rest of your life, your desire shall be for your husband. He shall rule over you. So equality is nonsense. Being a neck is nonsense. We are the same in the house is nonsense. You can contribute equally like your husband. You can pay higher than your husband. But as long as you respect the fact that you are a wife, your husband will rule over you. And the grace of God have not changed this. So Angela, the system called marriage itself has its own package wrapped with nice wrappers. Before you unveil the contents in the wrapper, you have to be cautious. If not, you will destroy the content. Nobody has married for many years and can testify to the experience of becoming the best husband anywhere. Nobody can testify and prove to a rule that makes you the best wife. Because until you marry my wife, you can be a best husband to any woman. Yes. Until you marry my husband, you can be the best wife to any man. Each one that goes through the mill and the process of finding a wife, when they find a wife, they find a good thing. They obtain favor from the Lord, but the continuation has become the challenge. So the marriage itself has a whole problem. Bible says that for if the foundation is corrupt, what can the righteous do? How you start gives you another medium of survival. So the truth is simple. When you find yourself getting married, like Angela will write, you love me, you love my dog. If you don't accept my kids, you can't possibly accept me. Must be a tough decision. But if I was in that situation, I will always choose my kids over everything. I keep hearing this from women. Choose your kids over everything. Choose your kids over everything. Women, whose kids are you choosing over your everything? Angela, whose kids are you choosing over everything? Because I have children like a man. I have children. If I decide to marry you as a baby daddy coming into the marriage with children, where are my kids? No woman has kids. The law can be twisted. The law can be turned. But the kids will forever belong to the paternal family. They represent the paternal family. This is not to say that women are not important. No, women are part, because it is not one person that brings forth a child. It is a male and a female. So when I am important, my mother will equally be important. But when it comes to possession and continuation, usually it is the family of the male that speaks. So when I find a woman walking and wants to get married and have children, and she's confused about where to keep the children so she can be able to accept the guy who has walked into her life, I get myself confused, because where is the man who impregnated this woman? Your position of finding it difficult to be able to become a wife to this young man who has proposed to you is because you have not stated clearly the position of the father of the children you are carrying. And I told you, establish the reality of the life of these children. Let these children have clarity on who their father is. Let their father has a way in the life of these children. Unless, in quote, the father is incapacitated, that they will know they have a father, but he is depressed. He has a mental disorder and cannot have a good communication with the kids. Clinically proven, legally accepted, that we are okay with it. But the family of the man must be known. Don't force an adoption on anybody's child. Don't. Because most of us have decided, if you love me, love my dog. I have been with these children my whole life, and their father doesn't like them, and I can't be somewhere without them. So if you love me, then make a decision to adopt my kids. Let them be your kids. Make sure they become yours. I give them to you. My children don't have a father, so I want you to be their father. Madam, are you looking for a husband, or you are looking for a caretaker, or you are looking for a father figure for your children? So I said yesterday, if you meet a man who wants to marry you and the man happens to be the type of man who has the children following him, don't accept him as a husband. Yeah, don't. So the life of TT, like I said yesterday, will be difficult for any woman to manage. You go into a life of a man who is now the woman and is the man in the house, and they say, and we are clapping for those men. Where are the women? Where are they? And I don't really respect any man who raises the children because of the absence of the wife. If your wife is dead Your wife's family members are more important to assist you to raise these children than you making news out of you raising boys and girls when your wife died. Or after divorce, you kept your children to yourself and you've made yourself the ogboro that you are saying everywhere and testify in church. That me iri jami awade me di si me ni super se me ye bema de. Na so me nye masem. Me hwe mbofrem obi akọ university mo na wi. I mean, that's a silly thing to do. It's not in your space to do that. So don't go and marry a man with children whose children are following him. When you meet a man who is keeping his children, he will not give you a good marriage to live in. Why? If I come into the marriage with my kids following me, I will not expect you to come with your kids following you. Is somebody there? If I come into the marriage as George Lutot, with my children following me, all the 6 children of mine following me, and all of them are coming alongside, and I introduce them to you. I live with my boys in this place and my girls. I mean, ever since our marriage collapsed, my wife left them for me, so I'm the one taking care of them. These are the girls' room, and these are the boys' room, and I have done my best. I hope that my best is appreciated like you as you're coming to this house, and I show them to you, and you're happy that I've done well. Wow, wow, wow. Hear me. If you meet a man who is the one cooking and taking care of his children and wants to marry you, run away. Run away, because he's a weak, wicked man. I said it yesterday. But when a man has children and you meet him with the kids not around him, but he's responsible as a father, not a husband, he is qualified enough to take your hand and marry you. And because he has left the children with the ex-wife or the baby mamas and he's being responsible, he will appreciate the fact that you have children with you. Do you understand? Because I have left my children with my wife. My ex-wife is the one taking care of the children. And all I do is to remit them, pay their bills, and do what I'm supposed to do as a father to the children with my ex-wife. Regardless of who my ex-wife is married to, I still remit my children because the children are not for the new husband. So when a man wants to marry you and makes a decision for you to keep the children out of the marriage so that the marriage will become fruitful, he is a weak, wicked man. Run away. Don't put your eggs in that basket. Don't complain and say, Obi amba. And then I'm walk away. Me ba na nyi afi de be maybe obebe bia say ano ya kole ya tete me sa obi antimi peme. Obi obebe bia say me be ni nti on person ne metena. Enti me pe kwan me so ma bufra nyi na me ho atome. Oba ne be nyi ne watwa wo. Oba ne be nyi na atwa nya da biom. Oba ne be nyi ne wa boabre wa unufu ho adwo. Ye fia no a wonya atenka. Oba ne be nyi na wa rasti. Be me bi opewa wade an ne ho asono o wale wo ene wo ma. Counselor de asema ba. Mame. O mane ko. O me no na na nete. O ne o na na nete. O mana ko gu akura. Ana wo tenkran. Ene e boje wo so. Mrs. Kobe. East Legon landlady. Trasako mame. Anabopo. Ene ye de wo awaye ho. Mrs. Lutrot. Now so one mabi omunam baby. O mane won sika. O sika de mama an mo hwe won. Enkura iti ekura se. Ana wo tenkran. Ene wa wo foforo. On be say ni mbo so mo wanuanu wo baby. Be man say. O pa wade de a. Pe baby fa akole ifa. Na akole be ba ma awade na ye basa. Mami, so for be a cancer actual. Dinsini be a betu self. Onyonku bi ebetu self ni bia catch was a counselor say me ajimu for pa. Head Mr. Saba. Mundidi asena mo nko. Na man ko twa hwe be pese mama ye. Me by school pa. Reject a man who is telling you to keep your children away from the marital situation. Reject him. Let him go far. He is not the right choice. He is not the God-given husband for you. Because your status is a baby mama. Uoba. Awa the money on ade won kola no. Ade bia esinti awunya ba no mete wase ba me se. Me ma be me daga ma wo fan kola no koma wo maame. Dwane. And at the can miss me jitum. As a me ba be ma no mbu ade. Me ba be ma no de ko ba bi obekasa. Sana me ba ne kura de ba pay kasa kura ha me. Don't let any man lie to you to get rid of your children because they want to be your husband. They are not qualified to determine where the children will live. It is not their responsibility to take care of the children. It is their responsibility to make sure that you enjoy as a wife. The state of a woman is being a female, being a girl, being a woman, becoming a wife, becoming a mother, becoming a mother-in-law, and becoming a grandmother. Then you can become a great-grandmother. It's a transition. Marriage is not a destination to find your destiny. It's a transition. So why are you worried? Why have you stayed so many years? Because all the men who are coming are saying the same thing. So because of them, you are losing all your eggs. You are becoming a menopause young lady who have decided to go into celibacy until your child grows to go to college. Stop the nonsense. And when you see my daughter, I'm afraid for her that when we go into this marriage, my husband might find pleasurable to have sexual intercourse with my daughter. So I want to make sure that my daughter will be 25 and rent a place for her. So when your daughter is 25 and you give birth to your daughter when you were 25, then you have 50 years with one child. It's stupidity. Don't use your children as an excuse why you don't want to get married. Rise above the nonsense. Right men takes the right decision. Don't make yourself the most useless person that nobody loves me because I am born one. Nobody loves me because of the way I look. So this is the only guy who has come, who is coming with a very good heart and is accepting me. My sister, hear my word. Don't let anybody have pity on you because of your children to marry you. You are not looking for a father figure, but you're looking for a husband. So why? What is it? That is why I encourage you, my sister. Even now that you're married, look beautiful. Hey, come out and kill. Let your body look sumptuous. Smell well. Be appealing and tasteful to any man there, even though you are Mrs. Kobe. Don't take life easy. Take life serious. Do you get it? Take life serious. Don't let any man anywhere determine the way your breath is controlled. Because they want to marry you. Some of the men, when they want to marry you, the instructions they give you are nonsense. And don't let your children determine why you should marry this one and not this one. The choice of a husband for you should not be determined by the kind of children you have. Don't. Don't ever say, I want to. Yes, a man is telling you he wants to marry you, but you want to have a meeting with your children for them to be comfortable with the man who is coming. Don't make this nonsense mistake. Look for a man that you are comfortable with as a wife and will understand you as a baby mama. Not a man who is going to determine whether being a baby mama with you is the best thing that happens to you. Not a man who is going to call back the nasty things that you have gone through. And not a man who is going to rewrite the story of your baby daddies. Not a man who is going to start the old marriage you had with you. Not a man who is going to visit your divorce proceedings. A man who is coming to marry you as a husband, but knows that you have children and the children have a place in that marital home. So when a man is getting married to you to take you to a chamber and hall, and you have 3 kids before the marriage, hear me. Let the story end with him. He should be able to provide accommodation for the 3 children you are bringing into the marriage. Speak on, coming from Millicent. The link is there. If you want to join me, you can just get straight to the link. When you click the link, you come live and we'll talk. If you're a woman, come well with your nice face, because when you bring your ugly face, people will insult you, and I'll join them to insult your ugly face. You do all, counselor. God bless you. I take the blessing. Clarissa. I hope I mentioned it well. Millicent says, how about if the man's 2 children are older? Let's say the last born is 17 years. Millicent, he says, how about if the man's 2 children are older? Let's say the last born of the man is 17 years. Juliet Boateng, welcome. If the last born of the man is 17 years, what does it affect you? I don't understand that question, Millie. Maybe you have to come more. You are getting married to me, and I have 2 children, and one who you are calling the last born is 17 years. You are saying the last one because after that one, I have not been able to have any child again. The decision to marry, we've not discussed it, because some men will want to marry with children, but they want to have a child with you. Do you get it? So coming into marriage at all, you are coming to the marriage with children. There are times that you are coming with children, but the man wants you to have a child again. And I told you about people who have done BTL, tubal ligation, that in their youngest stage of life, because the marriage was bad and hitting the rocks and were having babies and the man was maltreating them, as young as they went to tie their tubes. Now they are entering into a new marriage with the children, and the man wants to cement the marriage with another child because they have the means. Unfortunately for them, they don't have the medium of producing the children again. Let me caution all of you watching me. Madam, never go and tie your tubes because you think you have stopped giving birth. And never speak against your womb. Stop saying it. Stop. If there's a clinical challenge with you by the gynecologist and they say the way you went through your last pregnancy and it was terminal and whatever it is, so for that matter, you can't get pregnant again, and this is what you have, a medical condition, I don't falter you. No problem with it. If you've gone through CS on your 3 occasions, and for that matter, you can do again, I know. But in a medical parlance, the fact that you go for CS 3 times, if you allow yourself for the wound to heal for a longer time, you can still deliver through the SVD. Because usually the reason let me tell you reasons for CS. There are people that by your feet size, your womb cannot open enough to receive the head of a baby. Yes, and I know one challenge. Like China, majority of people go through CS not because of anything, because their womb, if dilation starts, there's no way you can open the womb to get a head out or to pull the baby out. It becomes a difficult thing. The laceration of your vagina area becomes so severe that the tear goes. There are some that the tear goes straight into the anal area. So the what do you call it? The perineum. The perineum is the space between the vagina and the anus. The perineum can tear and enter the anus. So they don't allow such stretch to go. So they want to cut you. There are other times that the babies are not well positioned. Unfortunately for the baby is bridged. They are not even turning well till your full turn. And for that matter, they want to do a CS. There are some that they opt for CS because they don't even want to push at all. They don't want to have any stress on their vagina stretching for anything. They have their own lifestyle and they don't want it at all. That's another medium, but it's another thing altogether. So the reason for you to go through CS might have a different story. So when you go through CS, and for that matter, your tubes are tied because when you get pregnant again, it becomes terminal to you. I don't have a problem. It's a clinical decision. But if you make a decision to go for tubal ligation because you are tired of the man and you don't want to have children again, you will not die in the marriage with that man. It's better for you to leave because somebody else wants to have children with you. So there are times you walk into the marriage, you are met by a nice, sweet guy who wants to have a child with you, but you have tied your tubes and is giving you depression, even though you have children already. The guy is too nice not to have a child for him. So when you're entering into marriage, there's a decision that you need to take. Don't leave your children and enter into your new marriage. Enter into the marriage with the new children. If the man cannot afford to accommodate you and your new children, he is disqualified as a husband for you. So when the child is 17, Millie, my boy is 17 years before I decided to marry. How old am I? A man doesn't have a seal of his life to impregnate a woman. But if my last one is 17 and I gave birth to my last one at my 35 years, if you multiply it in whatever it is, I might be 50 something years. But it does, a man will be potent into his grave. The sperm of a man will be active until he dies. People go into their grave with active sperm. Men don't have anything called menopause that will stop eggs from flowing. So a man can impregnate anytime. So when my last one is 70 milli, what is your worry? Because the 17-year-old boy will not be living with me, but will be living with the mother. I hate to hear this story. And to ban them, I don't believe that. I don't. God put a deep sleep on man and took out the rib of man and replaced it with flesh and made out of the rib he has taken a woman for the man. Said, for this reason, man will leave the father and the mother, become one with the wife. The man was asleep when the rib taken and replaced with flesh, which makes the anatomic bone and the rib cage of a man not to be equal because one has been removed to make a woman who can equally raise a man. So stop the excuses. Don't spoil your child. We were raised by women in the absence of our fathers, not absentee fathers, but in the busy schedule of a man who, when he gets time for you, he doesn't get money. When he gets money for you, he doesn't get time. When a man wants to be a father, he doesn't sleep too much. He goes here and there and does everything to run a home. When my daddy was going round, my mother was raising us. The fact that I've come to America doesn't put my fatherhood on autopilot. It doesn't make me useless. So I don't want to hear the story that Bema and Titi Bema and to me the man in corner and the Bema intina. What sense does it make? I am helpful today and I'm proud of my mom because I am very helpful to my wife. Why? Because my mom raised me as her first son and taught me whatever must be done, not as a boy, but as a human being. So I wash, I cook, I scrap. It doesn't look nasty when my wife menstruates and I'm washing the sheets. When my wife delivers, the Lycor is not, I am not ignorant of the Lycor to wash them. I don't compete with my wife in the house. But everything that she does, I can equally do something similar, but not like her. Why? Because I was not raised by an unbalanced home. I was not given to my father because Bema and Titi Bema. So you meet a boy of 17 with a father. And the man has a daughter. The daughter is with the mother. And the son is with the father. And he's become a stereotype son who marries a daughter and maltreats the woman. Because he never saw anything that daddy was doing for mommy. All he sees is daddy doing for himself. So a man can go to town and buy a nice shirt for himself, but will go to town and will never buy a nice dress for a wife. So you meet a daughter who was raised by the mother alone. So you go to town and buy a dress for her as a wife to wear, and she's not ready to wear it because she believes that the woman must buy things for herself because the mother kept on buying for her. That's a dysfunctional home. But when you have a good woman who is a good mother, representing a good wife, will make the children believe that the physical absence of your father doesn't relegate him behind the scene as a father. There's nothing a woman can do that a man can do. Never. Never. So that particular assertion, can we delete it from our mind? And forget that nonsense. You are the mother of the child. And then how can me ni fear me be mbu ade wo na wa yenti na nkola ni mbu ade abofra bi o mbu ade fini mame. Every child that is disrespectful is because of the mother. So stop the excuses. So Millicent, you meet with a 17-year-old child. Why should that be your case? It means that I am not properly functioned. But don't worry. If you come and meet me living with my dad in this house, and my dad is making a decision to marry you, Millicent, if my father is sensible, I am not the reason why he wants to marry you. So you're not coming here to come and serve two men. Millie, you are not coming to my house because I'm living alone. Let's have this other side of the story. There are times that it's not because they want you to raise the son, but the father is alone in the house. And the mom thinks that you go and live with your father, so you assist your father, so that you wash his car for him, so you can help whatever is going on in the house for him. And some too will send their sons to the house to become a spy. Go and see what daddy is doing with his life. Go and see what your father is doing in that house there. And so a lot of the reasons why they will come. But I'm saying that when the man is coming to marry you, the position of his children should not scare who you are as a wife. And I'm a papa no be worry me cry you say never pay you grand me a pet. And so, yes, age is not just a number, it's important. But there's a stage in your life you get to MFS. My father is sad that the age should not become a burden for you. There's a grown-up man who wants to make you a second wife. Definitely, as the next wife of this grown-up man, you will not meet a man within your age. So her daughter and your age are the same, but you are not her daughter. So get out of that crap. They are two different schools of thought. And our partner wario on the year what's 35 years near na ebamba yankoti abaye bia betina obeku papa na ginisika na owu a ono the first person obewu. What are you talking? Obi wo ho ne hyebre wa kwakora bi nsem so okokuru wo mpam no gi ne japade de wo ja jibi sem no obi wo ho ne daache no e wa kwakora bi nsem akwakwara ne yirewu. Now, Abaye in the Bekama Papa trans in the next 5 years. Oko wobere no wompem no word in Japade nyina ma no. So Millicent is continuing the story for me. But let me read this from Bismarck. Juliet say hi. Hi, Julie. How are you doing, Juliet? And this Bismarck says, Counselor 1, I am here. Thank you, Counselor. We all have a responsibility to raise our children the right way. Agreed. But the bigger responsibility of raising the children to become very responsible citizens are in the hands of women, because the home is run by the woman. Thank you very much. The other story, let me help you. I think I've missed all of you not posting. Let people see what you're writing. It's not... okay, let me look at this. Okay, I think this is the first one. Good. Then the next one comes. I'm doing very well. I have now learned a new thing in my life to let you two enjoy what is going on. So let me read it and then it goes. So then this one comes to Comfort says that my best counselor in the world. I love you so much, Daddy. More grace, Daddy. I receive the grace in the name of Jesus. I need the grace. I need it. Millicent says, I mean, such a person wants to marry you, coming with that 2 children. I mean, Millie, what is wrong with that? What is wrong with that? Millie, you are not going into the marriage to be a babysitter. You are going into the marriage as a wife, not a mother figure for the children. But you're going to run a home. So once you are running a home, feeding father and son will be part of your itinerary. You get it? And I'm telling you why maybe a son is living with daddy. There are times that son is living with daddy because mommy is indisposed. And it's the only child I have. So I'm living with my son in my house, not because I am weak and irresponsible, but there's nowhere my son can be apart from me. And the reason is why I want to get married, so that my son will see a particular model of marriage of a man and a woman. Not gayism. My son will not see me bringing women to come and have sex with them and they go Auntie Charlotte, Auntie Grivia, Auntie Claire, Auntie Grace, Auntie Millie, Auntie Go, Auntie Ville, Auntie Emily, Auntie Go, Auntie Gobi, Auntie Millie, blah, 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 blah. My son will not see that. So Millicent, if the man is good, if the man is caring, if the man is loving, if the man has what it takes to manage you, please seek for counseling and marry this man with a 17-year-old son. You won't have any problem. You won't have any problem. You will not have any problem. I'm telling you, Millie, you won't have any problem. Usura wade jaya unya wade pa. Ekuro do oso yentra faako engie nimguase. Ti wanim mo bi wale wo. Wanim bon. Wanim nyina yesa de bi apro ebon. Bema ba ko ane ne tena ye wale ye nti ama wanim nyina wanim dua na ye tan. Obi ampe obi on. Onu mpo ye wanim sa akra ochiu. Ompe so be hu. Wa hwe ho. Wontumi mfa wo DP into status. Arentia. Se so wa bo ho abre wa. Bia sei. Bibia pansam. Bibia nkoye. Enkoye. Ye fra wo bedwam a eye den se wo beko. The son say enkoye. Na enkoye de. Wan emergency wa. Ye kukuru mpodie. Ye kukuru mpodie ni aswa. Ye kukuru mpodie ni aswa. Bema. No kra ye ba ko na nyedu. Mpempi no. Echi no kra. Mili. Obi ani je ho. Na be ko ye dia. Temu o. Pe bi fa. Magro no nyede. Oba bi asibia ma be bi anyi ache. Bema bi di ne ho ache. Na wunti. Odi obuo ene anidie amamba. Na nka de ne yiri ye ani nti ohun ba bia o ka so ba bia ye jimifo. Na wo ba na bra bomu na kwakwa brem kura nkapo no. Odi ebuo kesi amamba. Mame. Tena ye. Awade fata why? E wom se wa wo miensa de. Na wo ye yire nso e fata o. Ti wanim. Ma bema ne wale o. Jane mba ne ho dwen. Na bema wa wo miensa de. And that form sao. Mejitum. Wa wo miensa na ne sika sam ye de akọ ho e. On ba so be hwe wo ma. Oba so be wale o. Na de ye ma yire no mu no. Enye ne ye ma ma. Sua. The things we do for wives are not what we do for women. Yeah. You don't understand? I tell women who become wives that recognize that status on yourself as a wife. Recognize it. Recognize it. I'm buying a car for you not because you are a woman, but because you are a wife. So if you are not the one in this marriage, any other woman who has become a wife could have driven the same car. It doesn't make you too special. It doesn't. It is the reason why fighting a side chick, I feel you have disrespected me. Because your position as a wife cannot be taken by a side chick. Even if you lose your position as a wife, you lost it before a side chick came. Why are you comparing yourself to my side chick? Why is everybody around me a jealous material for you? Are you evil? Are you a devil? That when my male friends come, they appreciate who you are. That I've got a good wife. But when my female friends comes into the house, because of your jealousy, they think I'm struggling to manage you in the house. You see? You don't understand. When my male friends visit our house, they want to have a wife like you. But when my female friends come, because of your contention of believing that each of them are interested in me, you show an attitude that they think I am suffering in this house. Watch it. Watch it. The fact that I brought girls into the house doesn't cause you to become an eagle. So everybody believes my wife is bad. Your mood. You see the attitude you're showing? And you are complaining about a side chick. Are they having the same position with you? Be a wife. So the man's children are no excuses why you can marry. He wants to make you a wife. Your children should not be the reason why you can become a wife. But remember that the man must understand that where you are, that is where your children will be. It's not insistent, but it is part of the package. So children, in that marriage, would they break or make the marriage? Tomorrow you hear it. Tomorrow you hear it well. Because today I've brought to your table that the children must be in the marriage. I have brought it up to speed to you that where should the children be should not be out of the marriage. The children should be in the marriage. The man must provide a shelter befitting for your children. Now hear me. I know it won't go down well with you. Because in the first place, the man to have children. Like Millicent just said, the man has a 70-year-old boy. So as you are bringing your 3 girls and 1 boy to live with you and become my wife, my 17-year-olds who are not with me, but they are with their mother, One is in school, but they are all with their mother. As I'm looking for a befitting status to marry a caliber of woman like you, I see 3 girls following you. So a chairman and hall will not fit us because the 2 of us need to have our privacy. I can afford a 2-bedroom house. So your girls and all the children will stay in that room together. I'll get a bunk bed. 3 here, 3 here. They can live together in the same room. Nothing will happen between them. If I can afford a 3-bedroom house, we're ready for it. But I am not going to rent a room and put name tags on the rooms in my house. This is for my children, and this is for your children. So let's get 2 rooms for both of our children, and we will get 1. So let's rent a 3-bedroom house for the sake of our children. I won't waste this money for this nonsense. I won't. Look at BB. BB says, women, please display yourself on your DP. It's very necessary. Oh, yes, if you are beautiful, display it. But if you are not too beautiful, don't make a mistake. Rather, display my flyer. Hear me. So make a decision to be a wife, not a babysitter, not a mother figure. But as you make a decision to be a wife, check the type of man you are becoming a wife to. And in checking the type of man you are becoming a wife to, the man is not supposed to struggle to take care of you and your children. He is not a provider for your children, but he's a provider for the home. A responsible man will not buy 1 margarine tin of rice for a 7-member home. He's not wrong in making a decision for you, excluding your children, in terms of expenditure. The man wants his children to stay in the house with us because he thinks they are old. The man wants his children to stay with me in the house because he thinks they are old. Yes, Millie, I like the continuation of the story. Millicent is giving the continuation of the story. That the man is living with the children before making the decision to marry? And why are the children living with their father while their father is making a decision to get married? Instagram, I'm here for you. Don't worry. Put all your questions here too on Instagram. Sorry, I've not come to you. Let me read small from your end. Why is Instagram dark today? Is it my light? Today is dark. Sorry. Let me see what I can read for you before I come to Millicent. Okay. Thank you for coming. Thank you so much for being here with me. So, Millicent, your statement is that the man is demanding that the children will live in the same house. When you go and meet a man whose last born is 17 years, you are really teaching us. Thank you very much, Opoku Bismarck. Thank you. If you go and meet a man who is married, who is not married, but the children are living with him in the same house, and he wants to get married with you, and he wants the children to continue living with him, that is why I said, seek for counseling to manage some of these things. The reason why the man wants the child to be in the house is because he thinks that they are old and they have nowhere to go. But I think when the children are old, they can have a place to go and live on their own. But it depends on the setting of the home. Because there are times that you come and marry their father and they begin to serve you, because no matter who they are, they must serve you, serve their father and serve you. So 17-year-old boy living with the father, we want to ask, where is the mother? Is that the only child? How long has he been living with the father? The father wants a mother figure in the house setting who is a wife. But you are not here to come and serve 2 men. You are here to come and marry 1 man and play your role as a wife in the house. And immediately you become a wife in the house, there is a change of smell Feeding is changing. Washing is changing. Instructions will change in the house. The sitting room will not be an eating place anymore. When they were alone with daddy, they ate in the sitting room. But now that you are here, you brought a dining table, and it is a must that we eat on the dining table. You put measures in place. Are you also coming to the man with some children? Or your children are away? The fact that they are away, they will look for mommy. So make sure that the provision is well stated. That the day your children will want to come and visit you in that house, they will get a place to put their head. Don't make their home a place for the man's children. Make it a place for our children. Who are our children? I'm bringing some. You're bringing some. So let the house be conducive that when both children of ours come, they'll get a place to stay. So if I have 2 rooms, I don't have a problem with girls being in the same room with boys. I don't know when we started this thing, because what is it there that we're going to lose? That my sisters are changing themselves and it will cause me to have erection? The best person to be able to take care of me is my sisters. But the reason why that will not give the common balance is because the 2 of us are coming from different parents. These are step siblings. So step siblings, girls are girls. They can manage their girls' room. Boys are boys, depending on the number. We can still give each one an excuse